Hi guys, welcome back to the Mina Does Art Stuff YouTube channel. I am Mina and on this channel we do art stuff. So yeah, I am back with another art haul. So this is kind of an end of March, beginning of April 2021 art haul for you guys. So it's from a few different places, and like last time, I will make sure to link everything I can below this video for you. I have a few different things here. There's some stuff I've been wanting to try out that I finally got hold of, and because I managed to get a good deal. And then also Jackson's had a really good sale. They've got a watercolor sale on at the moment. I'm not sure how long it's going to last for, or whether it'll still be running when this video gets published, but if it is, go check it out. And so a lot of their watercolor brands were on sale, so I took advantage. There was some watercolors I really wanted to try, and so I took advantage of the sale and purchased some, and there was a few others that I wanted to get to sort of round out some of my collections. And yeah, anyway, we're gonna dive into this bundle of loveliness that is sat right in front of me. So the first thing, a couple of things that I got that I wanted to talk about. First of all, first thing I can't actually show you it because the camera's mounted to it, is I got a sort of like a boom arm for my camera, for my tripod, so I can get decent overhead shots without having my tripod leaning against the table. So this should now eliminate any sort of camera shaking, because if I hit the table, shake the table, the camera's not going to shake because the tripod's not leaning on the table anymore. So that's awesome, but I will link that in the description box for anyone else who might be needing an overhead setup. And it's better than anything else that has to mount to the table you're working from, because then you still have that shake issue when you're recording. Okay, and the second thing I got was this. It's called a slice, and it's just a little ceramic blade box opener, essentially a package opener, and it's not sharp at all. Like, see here, like it's not going to cut you, but it's sharp enough to cut through like packaging and stuff. So that's actually really good, and it's even got a rounded tip, and it automatically retracts when you let go, so you're not going to accidentally leave the blade open or out, which is great. And to be honest, with the amount of packages that we receive, especially over this last year, I'm surprised I didn't get one of these things sooner. But this is going to be really handy, and like I said, no more cut fingers or risking cutting things or anything like that. So, and also because I've got a young child, so it's handy having something that I don't have to worry if she gets hold of it that she's going to hurt herself. Okay, so let's start, move these out of the way and we'll look at them one by one. So first thing here I have is a Jackson Raven brush. I have two other sizes of this brush already. I have the 3-0 and the 0, and I just really wanted to get the 10-0, which is the smallest size they offer. Hopefully that's in focus. And yeah, and it's just a really nice, it's a bit stiff at the moment because it still has its protective coating, but it's a really nice mop brush. And for one thing, I like the aesthetic of it, but also it holds a lot of water and a lot of paint, and so it's a great brush for like more loose abstract styles of painting, which I really enjoy. And I just really wanted to get this smaller size because every time I've tried to purchase it, it's been out of stock. So finally managed to get hold of that, which is great. I picked up a few pencils. Get these out. I'm missing one there. So I have one Graphitint and 3 of the tinted charcoal pencils by Derwent. So let me see if I can show these nicely. So I have the Graphitint in Meadow, and then the tinted charcoal in Mountain Blue, Dark, I think it's just Dark Charcoal, and Green Moss. Now I want to do a sort of like a swatch with me and like review of these 2 different pencil lines. I have others from the tinted charcoal, which you would have seen in the last haul video, and last year at some point I got a set of the Graphitint on eBay for a really good price. So I will I'll probably swatch these out later in this video, or maybe in a part 2 of this video for you if you want to see what these particular colors look like, but there will be another video coming on these pencils at some point soon. Then I picked up, this was on sale on Jackson's, the 6 earth colors from Core Watercolors. I have their high chroma set already. My brother got me that for my birthday, but I really wanted to get the earth colors as well. So I'll open that up quickly to show you what those look like. So the colors that come in this set are Naples Yellow, Sap Green, Transparent Brown Oxide, Indigo, Venetian Red, and Raw Umber Natural. Now, I'm interested in all of these colors other than maybe the Raw Umber Natural, but depends on the shade of it. I'm not really a huge fan of Raw Umber, but I know it's a really useful mixing color, so I'm willing to give it a shot. I really like the tin that these core colors come in. And it comes with a little informational leaflet, and then the 6 5mm tubes of watercolors. Now the core watercolors are pretty unique. They use their own like synthetic oxgol called Aquazol, and so they are really high flow watercolors, and I'll sort of test these out in the next part of this video to show you how that looks, how they work when you paint with them, and how they flow. Now they're not the cheapest watercolors. Core watercolors in the UK especially, they're very expensive for what they are, and you can only get them in 11mm tubes. You can get them as 5mm tubes in these sets. They have 3 of these 6 tube sets, and they have a 12 tube set and a 24 tube set, and these 6 tube sets are actually very affordable for what you get compared to how expensive core paints are. So this is the most cost-effective way of getting your hands on core watercolors. I really like the high chroma set, and so like I said, I'm really excited about trying these out, and I plan on at some point doing a creating like a dupe palette for the core mini travel palette. So core have come out with like a half pan travel palette, which is really popular, but it's also incredibly expensive again for what it is. So now I have 12 of their colors. They're not the same colors, but I have other colors in my stash that I could substitute for the ones that are in that palette, and so I might do my own little travel palette version of the core mini, and yeah, so we'll see, that'll come soon. But I will, again, I'll swatch these out in the part 2 for this video. Then I picked up this acrylic block because I'd heard some people saying that using pastels, oil pastels or soft pastels even, on acrylic paper would works quite nicely. And this is a block by Jackson's. It's their own brand, and again, it was very inexpensive. I think it was only like £4 or something for this 8x10 size. It's a really nice sort of smooth-ish but with a slight texture on this paper. It's 250 GSM, sorry, 290 GSM. It's 15 sheets in the 8x10 inch size. I look forward to giving that a try. Stay there. Then I got, again from Jackson's, a few little bits that came in this box. So first here I have a couple more of the Sennelier oil pastels. So I got them in the, I think it's charcoal blue, is this colour? Yep, charcoal blue. And then I also got a transparent medium, which is, I've heard this is pretty good for blending. Okay, so I got the transparent medium, which is colourless, so it's like a colourless blender, and the charcoal blue. So I've got those two for that. I picked up a Sennelier Scarlet Lacquer watercolour. This is PR188, also known in other brands as Scarlet Lake. So I wanted to give that a try in the Sennelier to see how that looks. I'm really starting to enjoy these warmer reds, which was never really my thing before, so interested to see what this version looks like. I also picked up a full pan of the Sennelier Emerald Green. I was going to get a tube, but they were out of stock. I have a half pan of this already, but I really quite enjoy this colour, and I've heard from a few people that the tube of this colour is quite, is not always the best formula. Like it can be a little bit gummy, a little bit sticky, and not the best, but the pans are better, so I decided to get a full pan instead. And then I picked up a tube of Rembrandt Dusk Yellow, and so this is actually a mixture of 2 pigments. It's PBK11, which is Mars Black, or Lunar Black if you're in Daniel Smith, and or in Rembrandt's own brand it's called Oxide Black, and then PY128, so that's kind of like a azo yellow type color. and or azo green type color, sorry. So that's quite a fun one. I've made my own mix of this using the oxide black from Rembrandt and the azomethine green, which is actually PY 129, but it's very similar to this one, and it gives it's a really fun sort of, it's not actually very yellow, it looks more green in the when it's painted, so it's a really nice sort of granulating green color. And again, I'll swatch that for you as well. And then lastly, we have a selection of Roman small watercolors, which I'll go through the names of these and everything when I swatch them out. But I have been slowly collecting Roman small watercolors over the last year, getting a few here and there whenever I've placed an order with Jackson's, and now I have a little collection going. Every time they've had a little sale on them or anything, I've picked up a few. They're very affordable. They're only around anywhere from like £2.50 to like £4 ish per full pan, and they are full pans, and they only come in pans, in full pans. They don't come in half pans or tubes, so it's the only format you can get them in. But they're really lovely, they flow really well, they've got beautiful colours, and they've got some really unique pigments as well, so I have a few of those. And yeah, I'll be doing a video later as well where I go through and I'm kind of want to reset up my Roman small palette, so I'll be doing that on camera for you guys and doing a swatching video afterwards. So yeah, so that's those. Then next up, I have, these are some things that I've really been wanting to try out, and I'm not going to be swatching these in the next video, in the part 2 that I do for this, because I'm going to have dedicated videos for these particular watercolors. So the first one that I got was this Botanical Art Watercolor 24 set by Holbein. So this is Holbein's botanical watercolor set, as the name says. So it's 24 5mm tubes of Holbein watercolors, and these are beautiful. This set is actually very hard to get in the UK. I've not really been able to find it anywhere like that's affordable. I will link it where I can find it, but it's not the most affordable like price point, and Holbein in particular is generally quite expensive here in the UK. I managed to find a really good deal through a website called Buyee, I think, where it's kind of like they act as an intermediary and you buy through them from like the Japanese Amazon, and it gets shipped to them and they ship it to you. And even doing all of that, it was still less than half price of being, with the shipping, it was less than half price than buying this set here in the UK. So it was definitely really good value for money. If I can link it, I will, from where I got it. Otherwise, I will just link where I can get it in the UK for you guys below. I also picked up this palette for the Holbein watercolors because I want to do like a palette setup and swatching video. And this palette takes 28 colors, and I have 24 in this set, but I do have some additional Holbein tubes that I'm going to pick from to sort of fill in the gaps of some colors that I really like to have that might not be in this set. So then I'll have a 28 color palette to set up for that in an upcoming video, so you can keep your eyes out for that coming soon. And then finally, I picked up some Turner Artist watercolors. Now I've heard some mixed things about the Turner watercolors, and I know that some of them can be a little bit more opaque and they've got some multi-pigment colors that are a little bit interesting, but they were on sale, so they were very affordable. Most of the ones that I picked up were less than £5 a tube, which is really good, which is a really good price for artist grade watercolors. And so I picked up these 12. I actually already had one tube from before in the evergreen colorway. Now this one is a little bit opaque, but it's not too bad once it's watered down. And the only other one that I've picked up that is actually quite opaque straight out the tube is this one, Cinnabar, which I knew because it's got a white pigment in it, but I really like the shade, and again, washed out, it's a really lovely sort of peachy pink. Anyway, so I picked up colours that I normally like to work with. There's some unique colours here that I've only ever seen from Daniel Smith, like this Mayan Blue. That pigment I've only ever seen from Daniel Smith before, and it's obviously a lot more expensive from Daniel Smith, so I thought I'd give this one a try. Mars Black is very affordable as well from Turner, so that was an interesting one I wanted to try. And the turquoise blue here is a real cobalt pigment, and cobalt pigments are typically really expensive, but this one, again, like I said, very, very inexpensive. So if that's a good one, that would be a nice alternative option for something like a cobalt teal, which is the kind of color it is. I did do a quick little swatch of some of these colours that I can show you quickly here to kind of determine what the colours are, and I've picked out a few other colours from my existing stash to fill out the palette, and I was just testing some of those to see which ones would go. So this is that turquoise I was saying is kind of a cobalt tealy. There's a bit of granulation there. This isn't the best paper to show off granulation, but yeah, I really like a lot the colours that I got, so very happy with that. This is that evergreen that I already have that I swatched here, and this is the cinnabar that I said is a bit opaque but washed out. It gives a really lovely, it's a really lovely shade. And so yeah, there's gonna be a separate palette setup video for this. I have this palette which I got from Amazon, which I will also link. It's an 18 well, it's got 18 well palette, and so I only have 13 Turner watercolors, so I'm going to add 5 more from my stash to again fill in some of the gaps in terms of what I like to have on a palette. And yeah, there will be a separate setup video and swatching video coming soon for this one too. So that's everything that I got recently from Amazon, Jackson's and Buyee, I think is the one. So yeah, thank you for joining me today for this video. Like I said, there'll be a part 2 where I swatch these colors and these items that I purchased, and so that will be coming in part 2, which will be coming out straight after this video. They'll probably be published on the same day, so you can check that out. And yeah, I think that's everything I wanted to say for today. Thank you again for joining me. I will be back soon with more videos. If you like this video, please give it a like, subscribe to my channel for more videos like this, and let me know in the comments what you're interested to see from me. Would you like to see more like swatching videos, palette setup videos, review videos, paint with me videos? Just let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear from you. And yeah, all right, thank you so much guys. Stay tuned for part 2. That'll be coming right up.